today we'll be talking about uh, fragments and crystals and the dashboard and everything that we have been working on. And this is something that is very exciting because, like, after such a long time, we've been getting back to speed with the development, and I know it's been a little bit uh, frustrating as much as for us, but also I understand for you guys as well. It's been just taking time and like not really getting forward. But now definitely we are again with the going ahead with the development, and it's exciting stuff that is cooking. So a little bit about the what is actually coming. So we're gonna be today talking about the what is happening in the community. Then we'll be going about ecosystem flashback, then development deep dive, some design viewing, and also key principles of active staking, and then some of these dashboard features. And even though there was that idea that we would be discussing about the Dreamer ID and the land, but unfortunately that is not the case as we have so much content, so we don't have time to talk about the Dreamer ID and land. So we'll be organizing different sessions for that. And anytime if there's any questions, so like so just put those to the chat, and we'll try to accommodate and be able to answer those. Yeah. So a little bit about the community and what's going on. So we have that casting call for companions, and that's going to be in the end of the session. We're going to be looking into that. As there has been some awesome community members sending their companions for participating, as we're also working on these design concepts for the companion next development stage. So so we want a little bit of variety, as we have been already starting with that type of concepting, but we want to also include the community into that we'll be doing that together. Then another interesting thing is with the Dreamer One roles. So like, that's something that we wanted to see, like the activity of the community and check like what's going on. So now with this, and it's a little bit of a also, as we're doing the dashboard development, and there will be these in the future, even these manual fragment drops. So we'll having that as a requirement for those manual fragment airdrops, or not an airdrop, as it's not an NFT, it's happening inside the dashboard. But so also that helps us to understand like who are the active people in the community, and how we can increase that number, because our what dream and what we want to do is to get the community even more active, and we can get people creating stuff. And because the whole cornerstone DNA is based on that we can create cool stuff together, which been actually happening in such a nice way with the Nose Avenue design competition, as that is something that has been like going like extremely well, and we've been happy to receive different community members and dreamers just sending their designs, and it's very exciting. And actually, we're gonna be launching launching the jury probably, if not this week. We're still missing one person from the jury before we can do the announcement, but it's actually going to be a very strong one. We have a person joining from Epic Games, we have a person joining from Zaha Hadid Architects, so definitely some like a jury is going to be top notch. And so it's like get your design gloves on, and it's good to start getting those in, as you're going to be having your designs viewed by some of the best in the industry in that sense. Yeah, so that's what's going on in the community. Then just a little bit about the ecosystem, um, as as just as a reminder. So it's a little bit flashback of that, and just a reminder in that sense that we have the island uh, the whole Cornerstone Island, which has the land plots. Currently, we have around 1,000. We might go to 2,000 at some point. There is space, and we can, based on the master plan, we could even go to 2,000 land plots. And what land actually means that it's probably the easiest way of getting these fragment yields, and even with some nose boosters and all that. So that would be the easiest and probably the most passive way. But also, it's very important that for the land that whoever is a holder, we would hope and dream that people would be building something and creating something. And as we understand that it's quite special skills that are required to build with Unreal Engine. Like we have some people who have been delivering us full 3D models, but now also through these Nose Avenue competition, we're practicing together with the community using Midjourney. And as we are seeing that the future holds a possibility that you will be designing with the AI and then turning those into 3D. There was a other Midjourney session, or like our building in Cornerstone with MCG. And Henry telling about the project where we have been using the Kaidim. So uh, and yeah, so who join in like our work, this is going to be recorded as well, so you'll be also able to see all that. And and then there's also the NOSA crystals, which are only 200 those. So those are the very special elements that you can hold, and those are boosters. It can boost land, it can boost companions, it can even yield alone. But and then also for the future Dreamer drop, that will be also as a booster, and they will also have the in-game when the metaverse will be open. So you will be able to utilize crystals in a very interesting way, such as levitating buildings, as NOSA is the energy, knowledge, and life. So that's the NOSA DNA. And then these fragments that why do these fragments that you've been collecting, why does these matter? So they are also a pre-token allocation, so that's why it's important. So then when we're doing our token drop, you will be getting according to how much the community pool of the token drop will be allocated according to the fragment holdings. So that's why it matters, and that's why you also want to get active with this new type of staking, because that will be giving you possibility to earn more even with the smaller amount of companions. Of course, you can go all in with the land and get a lot of through that, but that's a nice way to get those fragments. But also it's inside the Cornerstone Island, that's also the currency and how people will be utilizing different services, for example, and also potentially you would be wanting to, for example, dream a little bit faster, stuff like that. You would want to levitate something smaller, like Crystal is that infinite source of nodes of fragments and giving the same type of things plus some extra benefits. But in that sense, they are from the same family that way. Yeah. But then we actually jump a little bit into the development, and I will be actually asking Saltis to join the stage. So hey.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, we can
Awesome.
hear you well. So Saltis is a technical director of Zone and been now how long, like how many weeks ago you uh, got the like call invitation to come for help, like that was
I think it's been like 2, 3 weeks
yeah,
now, almost a month.
yeah,
Like, of course, I've been semi-involved with Cornerstone for almost like a year. It's been always like beside me there, but yeah, started doing the deep dive like 3 weeks ago and getting to know to the systems and the build applications and current infrastructure of the whole project. And yeah, it's been a super interesting trip
Yeah, and
this
you
long. And yeah,
yeah, and you've been like how long you been coding? So this is not your first thing. So
yep. So I think my first experience to coding was with my mother, who taught me to code with Commodore 64 back in 1991. So that's a long time ago. Professionally, I just started to code and program stuff at the age of 16 or something. So that's now almost 20 years or a bit over, I think. Yeah,
yeah,
23 years.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty much the same. Like we have a little bit like my background comes from more from design and these stuff, and I started also pretty much the same age, and we're actually same age uh, with with Saltis, and it's kind of like fun as Saltis been also like all of these crazy virtual concerts that we have been doing on the Zoan side that has like hundreds of thousands simultaneous users and all these type of crazy projects. So he's been the ninja doing the doing those crazy stuff, and I felt that it was definitely time to get him to help on also on the cornerstone side, as we really want to get some good progress going on. But maybe just like a few words, like how do we want to do this coding? Like, of course, the actual technical implementation, we're not waiting, expecting someone to jump in with the coding gloves and starting to code for us. But a little bit about this, what we are calling community accelerated development, where we actually want to involve you guys in this process. And we'll be opening a dev suggestion channel for that, and also as everyone who's aware and has been doing some technical projects either from project management side or coding side or being a client, like that it's not always as just straightforward. So it's normal that there are some testing to be done, there is some bug hunting to be done, and that's why we actually want to turn that into fun thing with that community accelerated development, meaning that you would be, for example, if you would be finding some bugs, you would be actually rewarded by fragments from that. But like maybe Saltis, if you can just with a few words, like now as you are together with some other of our developers starting to develop that, like what are your expectations from the community and what do you hope to get help, like what type
Yeah,
of
I
things?
could start. Start speaking of this software development, like a methodology, which is called extreme programming, and that's a like a fast-paced, always changing environment, like supporting the client in a way. And as the client, I think is the community around Cornerstone and the Cornerstone itself. So I want to achieve this more of a dialogue between the development team and the community. Get this like acceptance testing in a way, like do we think this is a good idea? Like is this working? And what's the what's important to focus on and everything. So with these like fast cycles, we can create a way of doing this together and keeping it like a fast paced, doing like small releases, not like always focusing on big releases where we would feature like all of the features and go with that, but like bit by bit and get it fast to the community, get it fast to the production environment, and do the release with minor stuff, and then start to build from those minor things the bigger picture. And with that, we can ensure that we don't go to in a wrong direction as well. So
Yeah.
that's the whole idea and hope here.
Yeah, and it's really like we wanna get out of that type of traditional software and like huge like quarterly releases, but it's more about that very agile type of thing that hey, we find something and these priorities can then like okay, we feel as a community that okay, this is awesome. And because this is something that we're building together, like we can never do this on our own in a sense if we don't get the community to function, if we don't do stuff that actually everyone enjoys, like then it doesn't really it doesn't really work that way. So that's why it's so important that we're actually doing this stuff together. And maybe from that, um, we can talk a little bit about the like what we've been actually doing. And you jumped 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then it started like full on with the when like the stuff that had been done already, it was mostly done
Mm.
for that immediate need, but now it's been like getting your hands deep on the mud with the so maybe you can say a few words about that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think the development has been like super fast as well and built for the requirements that like now live in the environment. And yeah, it took some time to like to get to know the whole system behind everything. There's a lot of like different bits, and uh, of course in parallel getting to know like what are we aiming for, what's the roadmap, what do we want to achieve, and then how can we like modify the existing code base for those needs. And yeah, there was a couple of things with the fragments that still was not like achieved yet, which was like the use of the fragments. Of course, there exists the harvest yields and the passive harvest, and that was done. But that whole database structure and system did not yet support the like using those. So what we've been building now is a like a transactional database which will support like these account charges. So you will have an account with a fragment balance, and you can do like you can use the fragments. So that will support the future needs. Then where we'll be using the fragments, whatever the use case, and yeah, so the biggest one that we we're doing here. And yeah, the scheduling algorithms, the lab code or code base before was a bit scattered around. So we've been compiling everything together and making it a bit more simple for future developers to jump in as well, and have the kind of like open in a way like at the same place, like how do we save the records, ownership records, what companion is listed or land is listed, everything related to that is stored, and the scheduled tasks for those. Yeah, it's more of a streamlined plan now to do those, but we are still like in the middle of developing that. And but we've come up with a good like structure and plan for those. And of course the dashboard front end updates. So it's currently displaying yields and harvests, and we're currently discussing the design requirements and everything. So looking far away, in a sense, I want to know like what do we want to be, what's the situation that we want to be like in a year. So we don't build stuff for like for just this use case.
Yeah,
And
and that was
yeah,
a cool thing that
it's
like when we start actually discussing that okay how this should be. And because you were like okay, we need to actually build the technology infrastructure that people can use those fragments inside the metaverse world. That is not just something that we're like creating something that only functions in the dashboard, but it's already something as when we go with the Fabricant style virtual event on in the actual cornerstone, that then those fragments can be utilized as well, that this whole infrastructure actually supports our main goal and focus. So that, I think that was very cool. Yeah. But also there was a like few questions here. So like like a bounty hunter program, yes, yes, like a fragment uh, rewarded bounty hunting, yes, that sounds fun. Maybe even some companions or something else if it's a very big bug, companion sized bug. So, and how did you find Cornerstone? So, actually, like we've
Yeah,
been already, what was the year when you came at Zone? That was
I
2000.
think that's 3.5 years ago,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
three
So
years ago. Yeah.
so that was in the pandemic. Like we had this huge concert thing. Like it was also a platform and like internal currencies and everything. It's a whole nother story, and don't have time for that on this session. But then this one guy that I've been working on lots of VR stuff before, and then I was like, okay, we need someone ninja coder for this one, and then he was like, okay, I have the guy, and that's how we actually met with Saltis, and then it's been working already 3.5 years together on various different cool projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and but
And yeah, I'd say like Mika started to build up the cornerstone in that time, and I've been like employed by Zoan and doing the work like just in the next room and hearing everything about Cornerstone and seeing all the like cool technical stuff that these guys have come up with. And yeah, it's been awesome to like look, and awesome to like work with now as well.
yeah, and I think you got excited when you saw the when you tested the Fabricant demo, and I think you got very
Oh yes.
excited about that. And uh, it's a fun way, and it was good. Like that was the one thing inspiring you. That also, so when you came in, that immediately you were like, okay, we need to build this whole infrastructure to support that the economy can happen in those type of uh, events, because the Fabricant thing is very interesting in certain specific reasons, because actually that's what we envision for the future, that it would be pretty much 100 Fabricant things happening simultaneously. Like that would be what we see that when the cornerstone will be, and that's what we're trying to do with the whole educating the community to start building stuff, because we believe that metaverse only can function in its full potential when there is the community created content such as social media is functioning. But now of course you need the game development, and I think all of these interesting AI tools are coming in the exactly right time. uh, so it's definitely something that we need to get going. And uh, so yeah, so there are people telling about how they've been seeing about some things about Cornerstone. And yeah, like it's been exciting that there's been people from different like directions finding about us. But yeah, cool. But then a little bit about the features that will be coming on the first update. So we've been building, like I said, like whole new user interface. So we've been working on that front end, like Saltis mentioned. Then it's gonna be active staking, which means combos. And we'll be discussing a little bit more about that, and even giving some few examples, and the first ones will be released also in this session. And then the manual fragment drops, and this is very important thing, because that's the pre-economy for the whole thing, that because same thing will be happening through the dashboard. It's actually going to be the exact same uh, place where you enter when you're going to be entering the Cornerstone with the web browser. So that's why being able to have all that fragment economy happening. So that's why it's actually the pre-economy what we are building here. And now the manual fragment drops. It starts with the with some type of community competitions where someone who won that will get a manual fragment drops. Then at some point we will be automizing that in a sense that when you get to certain milestones or achieve something, so that will be actually automatically giving you that fragment drop, but it will be starting with the manual version. Then uh, the next ones, what we already have, but we feel that it's too rushed to get those in the first one. And like said, like this is not something that it's a quarterly thing. So for that first one, like I know that everyone's asking like, okay, when it's coming out, and it was end of February and all that. And now we're looking into that in around 2 or 3 weeks. We can start our internal testing, and depending how far we are, then then it's then it takes what it takes in the software development. But maybe Salt is like after we have passed the internal testing, then we would be going live after we are like is that 1 week from after internal testing has been passed or something like that.
Exactly. So what we are a bit excited to do is to do this transfer or migration to this more simplified environment, and we want to keep things working. So we have to run both of these systems in parallel as well for a short period of time. And once we're done with that migration, we have every like a DevOps continuous development pipelines ready, and with that change or upgrade in a sense, we'll be able to like introduce the changes
Yeah.
Quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, and also we're actually working on admin panel for ourselves for the manual fragment drops, and there will be some other type of tools that we need to also build internally. So that's also part of these, like for example the manual fragment drops and all that. But then on the next update, what will be coming out is a Dreamer profile. That's not a Dreamer ID yet, which is gonna be the NFT, and which is still to be launched on around that May time frame. But the Dreamer profile means that now, because there's the wallet connection, but we also want to create in the dashboard that you will have your own profile that you would be able to give your Dreamer name for it. And then more you start feeling that with connecting wallet would be the minimum requirement, and then later on you can add, for example, Discord and other social profiles, and then it would be helping us to, for example, track that who are participating socially and doing these different things. So that's part of the Dreamer profile, and that would be allowing also the multiple wallets, because now there is in the current dashboard with the old version that was not possible, but with this Dreamer profile we would also getting this multiple wallets. Then crystal boosters. So first is going to be the combos, and then the crystal boosters are coming on that next update, and then missions, which is actually like the super cool concept. And the difference between combos and missions is that combos, you are collecting certain specific companions and sets based on the traits and different parameters. And then on the missions, there's actually a little bit narrative that you send your companions to certain mission, and then lots of magic will happen around that. And there's actually like some big on mathematics based on that. But before we jump into that, like there's a little bit about the design, and there's still like some parts that we're working on, but we're going to have this little sneak peek about the design. Uh, so just yeah, now we went too many. Sorry. Yeah. So here, just a little bit of getting to see like what's going to be happening on. So you're going to be gonna be having possibility to use these for the active staking slots that will be on your right, and then you have the list of your companions. Then you will be able to choose, and as we are launching these different combos, that then according to that you can drag and drop your companions to that active staking slot, and then you do that active staking. And for the people who are thinking about that, is this hard staking? So no, so there is no gas fees, everything is happening in dashboard, and we're running these constant checks of who is listing their companions. So if you list your companion, you cannot actively stake it on the same time. So its algorithm is running and checking and doing those checks, that is the companion safely at home, or is it being sent to the market sad and alone, and then it cannot be staked at the same time. So and for example, if you would be at some point having a combo staked, and you would be then listing that companion, so then the dashboard automatically would be force breaking that staking. So it's some type of compromise, that while you have it, then you're getting better fragment yields during that. And then there's gonna be also all of these, like also on the crystals. So then you would be able to add crystals. That would be on that second idea, or the second update, where you actually then can apply a crystal for a set, and then you get some extra multipliers on that. But we're actually like very excited about the dashboard and how it's coming together. It's some inspiration for our designer has been from different type of online card games, and really wanting to make, and there's going to be some of these merge functions also coming up. So, and the interesting thing about also about the dashboard is that it's not a separate thing from the Cornerstone Island. So we're not building just a random card game aside of the island, but actually the companions are your way of investing into the project. And now, as you're having companions, let's say that you're passively staking them. So that means that you are not actually doing anything. You just keep them unlisted from any marketplaces. So then they are doing fragment deals for you. But now with the active one, even though with the smaller amount of companions, you would be able, by being active and playing the game, you would be actually then starting to get some better rewards. And more you play, that would be actually taking you further. And so it's either you have different ways of getting your better position in the Cornerstone economy, comes through that how actively you want to play, that then you can do, or then you can go either some other route, like full on just big on land, and then that would be also giving you those big token allocations. But also you can get super far by just being active and doing the companions, and then the missions is the second generation of that, where you actually then start to not only gain fragments, but there will be some new elements which will be part of the game. But we'll be introducing these elements one by one, because there's like crazy amount of mathematics that I will just show a little example of that. And also we've been having these super fun conversations when discussing that, what, for example, materials or resources we can have in Cornerstone, because companions, they are not animals. They are metaverse native animals. They have some similarities to animals, but they are not just animals. They're gonna be some of them have recognizable features, and as they start to evolve, and same thing with the island, like there is not just magically something appearing there. So like all of that plays part of the ecosystem, but this is a little bit of an RGB, like a little bit of these, like our dream is a little bit something that has been built with Game of Thrones, Star Wars, all of these bigger bigger world building projects, but now we want to create this Web3 layer and the whole economy into it. And now also by playing actively, uh, either on the strategy game side of it with the companions and the stakings and investments, or you just come in and you just wanna enjoy the show as as someone who just comes to visit a cool virtual event, for example. And the whole cornerstone logics are somehow based into that we need to be able to get that economy running and working. But yeah, so then a little bit about the active staking logics. This is something that we also been like planning for a longer time, and there is something that we're very excited to share. And just like a tiny reminder about the fragments, and we also like a little bit mentioned that, but it's the pre-token allocation element that then can be gained through harvesting, and as the companions are gathering those fragments, and when they are together as a combo, they can even find them better, and that's why the better multipliers and all that. So there was one question. I want to transfer my SD cold wallet. What would be my my fragments? Um, this is something that we probably need to get back to you. So maybe Waterfall Girl, if you just note that question, and we'll be getting back to that. Yes. So cool. And then about the combos. So the first three things that will be, so okay, now go fast to the market and get those guys, because those are actually going to be the three official combos. And here is actually some of the mathematics and multipliers for it. So the one of each will be the first one, meaning that you will be getting some extra multipliers when you are having one of each companions, putting those to the active staking slot, and then just go, and then you'll be getting pod. As you can see, that now as their rarity of having one of each is a little bit easier than having, for example, four of Black Moss. So now your multiplier for four companions of Black Moss is 2.5. So it's actually, it gets into like a lot higher yields in that sense. So there is some big mathematic calculations behind of all of these, and it's based on the trades and their rarity and all that. And then the third one is going to be the Royal Ruff, which is the tail trade for Aves companions. So maybe we finally start giving Aves some extra love on the OpenSea and all that. But these combos, like there will be more of these coming. We'll be releasing that they will be coming, and there will be new. So it's not just these three. So there will be more combos coming, and then that will be making it fun to gather those little guys. Then a little bit about the like how does these active staking versus passive staking. So now you're having with the companion with these combos, so it can go even up to 2.95 x multiplier compared to the passive staking. So as you can see, now you can actually get some like being active actually starts to give some good rewards. And now with the Nosa crystal, which be on that second update, but now if you would be doing a non-Nosa companion, it would be giving you 6x booster, but it would be only available for 4 companions. So if you own 20, you cannot do the 20 with that one crystal, so it only applies for 4. So there's all of these rules in place, and we'll be also putting the rules there be also on the dashboard, so it's not just randomly you need to figure it all out, but there definitely is some cool hacking that you can do to get the best yields. But then as the land, definitely that is something that actually with the you're getting some major yields, and land plus crystal, so then you are in a very good spot. And same thing with the Nosa trade companions getting 4x yields. So this is definitely something that can be very good for you if you're holding both of those. So yeah, so these are some of these. A little bit like there will be like mentioned. There's more of these rules coming in, and it's gonna be very cool like with all these things. And then just like a tiny bit, like there is just a this is two Excel screenshots out of, I don't know if we have 100 or 60 pages, like huge Excel sheets, like we've been doing that, all that it functions together, and this is for the missions, so but also combos, like they have their own mathematics, and uh, um, Lil Apple just asked, did you tell us how many companions can be boosted? So four companions max, with each crystal, yes. And then just a like a little teaser about the missions also, so because that's actually like a very exciting, because there is all these things, that there's these mathematical probabilities that when you are sending your certain squad of companions to do that there is bubbling underwater something, and now you need to send your aquatics, and then you can actually even lose those, that you don't get those fragments. So there is a little risk element to that, or you can win bigger time, or then you can get even these next generation resources out of that. So it's a fully gamified way, and then you can choose that, do you want to do the combos, you want to keep it there, or do you want to go with missions that is already some risk involved, but then also potentially better rewards. Yeah, but then just a tiny bit about the roadmap, uh, and what is there. So yes, like someone who saw the earlier, like unfortunately we haven't yet finalized that funding round. It hasn't been negative either, but they've been wanting to check our progress a bit further and want to follow that. But the good news about that is that we've been able to put these resources all already in the project, and as you've seen that it's already in a good motion. So that's why there's just a tiny bit of not based on that the full speed, but we're in a good speed still. So very happy about that, and imagine what would be the speed if we would have that one coming in. And it's still like all of this, what is happening with the community, and all of these that we're actually doing the dashboard launch, and all of these are building that credibility for these investors that has been wanting to follow up that how we're actually being able to operate. So in that sense, yes, the combos with the combos and missions, active staking, it's a pretty much March coming out. Then we're looking into the soft launch, hopefully in April. One thing is about that, we would love to have the NOSA Avenue design competition in a way that we would do the soft launch in such a term that actually it would be possible to have that winner building there. So we're gonna be looking into that, but still we want to keep the speed up with that same time. So it's either April or May, depending from that. And same thing with what we've been having the wanting to do the Chronicles. There is something about the Chronicles that it has been very much from that investor, like a big interest for them because they come from the narrative and narrative world, and they are big in the IP type of things. So depending, that's a little bit depending on that are they, will they join us, and will they be, then that will be like how huge priority that will be. I love that part, but same time, like it definitely needs some extra resources to be able to do that, because it's some extra development on the side that needs to happen. um, then Dreamer ID, and like mentioned, the Dreamer profile is the one that is the software version, which is on the dashboard, but the Dreamer ID is gonna be the actual NFT. And this is something that we're actually going to be opening a little bit similar than what we had the like these company and council meetings. So not that anyone with the verified asset can join and discuss about this Dreamer ID, because there are still some significant questions around that. That, for example, about, because we currently think about that there's three levels to that. That there's the Dreamer profile, which is your dashboard, like where you have your certain data and wallets and everything. Then is the Dreamer ID, which is your digital citizenship, the cornerstone granting you certain rights there. And then there is the avatar, which is the visual presence of that. And there is still some questions that we actually want to open up the community and discuss that together. So that's why we're going to be opening this type of conversational session, not an AMA session where we are like presenting something, but it's actually like a conversation. And then after we have been together with community making some decisions there, then we're actually going to be doing a different AMA about Dreamer ID and everything that goes into the whole Dreamer under that umbrella. And then token launch, that's something that still seems that we want to do in August, September, and now the market is starting to look interesting, and there's good action happening in the market. So it's definitely something that we want to keep, also something that in progress, that we're going towards that. So yeah. And then actually, like we promised that we will be doing and deciding it in this session, that who are going to be the companions that are gonna be. So now we need to organize this. I don't even know how do we organize this session now. Voting, or what would be the best way? Maybe we actually do it that there is the channel, and it's on the competition channel. So we have these different. So maybe we go to vote with this heart emoji that actually DHSim actually posted. So let's go vote on the competition channel, and based on that, we will be choosing who are going to be the ones that are going to be the mascots or mannequins when we start to doing these design concepts for the next evolution companions. So if all okay like that, we can jump into the competition channel. Yes, let's link the channel here. It's right here. So here you can go and get your votes going. So we're gonna choose one pipette. So like there's like from some categories, I don't know like how many we actually have from each category, but like you go and give your favorite piped and aquatic, and but if there's only one aquatic, you need to pretty much give it to that one. But maybe by that we can define who are gonna be the companions representing their species. So give one that cornerstone knows a heart for one aquatic, piped, terrestrial, and aves. I don't know if it was. Hopefully, it was clear enough. So let's actually see. I also jump into the. So like there is the same like the graphics where is that purple guy. So underneath are all the different submissions. So we actually, how many we have? Terrestrials. Oh, we do have even. We have 3 terrestrials. We have few aquatics. Some pipeds. And then let's do one more minute, and then we're done with the voting, and then we'll be checking who are gonna be the presenting the community. Cool. Okay, I think votes has been casted, so I don't know if I need to take a screenshots and or maybe I can go and share my screen. I don't know if it's not gonna go like really crazy on. Yeah. Okay. So here is 5 votes. Any terrestrials with more votes? Nope. Okay. Here is our so here is the winner for terrestrials. So aves, do we have any other aves? No, this was easy. So aves is here for Hantoro, and that was for THSIM, your terrestrial, Hantoro, your aves. So pipeds, let's see, there is 5, there is 6, oh wow, 6, okay, so 2 pipeds, so we're gonna do them both because both got 6, so pistol peats and daisy chains, both will be selected, we will do them both. And is it which one we're having? Terrestrial, aves, piped, and aquatic. Okay, wow. But that's too easy because we're already getting that. So that's an easy one getting from Nick because there's already the very cool graphics involved. But yeah, this will be the Nick's aquatic will be the one. So very cool. Congratulations for all. So we'll be you can open tickets. You can open tickets, and we can you can get your companions through that. And and then we'll be starting to use those as our somehow like uh, official poster companions. So exciting, and companions coming to your way. Exciting, exciting, exciting. But yeah, our 1 hour is up. Uh, if there is any questions from anyone, um, maybe if there is just a, so I don't know if that was a question. If I remember you, uh, how do you spell that name? I don't, like Oh, I don't know how to like
It's Maya Master.
Maya Master. True. Yes. Thanks, Altis, for help. But yeah, let's because it's already 1 hour, and let's not make it too long for the people who are watching the recording. So thank you so much for joining. We'll be posting the slides, the recording will be also coming to the recording channel who came late or is watching only for the recording. But thank you so much for joining, and see you on the community and on the Discord, and there will be some other sessions coming soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.